beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm MJ, KarmaLoveSoul on all platforms. Today we're going to be doing a pick a card reading for the new moon in Leo and the Lionsgate portal. So this energy is all about what we're releasing, what we're bringing in, what we need to work on. If you're not too sure about what the Lionsgate portal is, I'll have a video link below giving a little description about what this energy is all about. All right, so the timestamps will be listed below in the description and in the comments. Let's get into this reading. So for pile number one, this is pile number one, we have rose quartz. And your first card reads, assess your relationship. For pile number two, we have Citrine. And your first card reads, follow your dreams. For our third pile, we have Santo. And your first card reads, choose to heal. I'm going to give you a second to go ahead and see which pile or piles resonates with your energy. Alrighty, let's get into this reading. Let's get into this energy reading. Pile number one, our rose quartz. Oh my goodness. How many of y'all are clumsy like myself? Like, that candle almost went over. Okay. Pile number one. What messages do you have from Spirit? So your first message, assess your relationship. Assess your relationship. The second, accept life's challenges. Forgive yourself. Heartache and loss. The waiting game. Base chakra. Interesting. Destiny. So we already see, okay, this is involving your relationship. Temptation. You're suffering a little bit over there. You got some heartache and loss from this relationship. Victory and success. Harmony. Truth. The message is coming together. Passion ignited. Emotional loss. So whatever situation has occurred with this relationship, you clearly have been experiencing some pain, some emotional loss. It's been disrupting your balance. It's been disrupting your balance, and now forgive yourself. So I don't know if so the energy, how this applies. The temptation card is here, so I don't know, within whatever relationship dynamic you have, if you were tempted or if the other person was tempted, and that caused heartache and loss. You know, it's caused you to be feeling a little bit. Love begins. Positive movement forward. But then right after we have moving on. Throat chakra. And then we have deception and envy coming right here. So again, whatever this relationship dynamic is, there was deception, there's been some disloyalty, and that could have come from someone going after their own selfish desires, following their temptations. But there is positive movement forward. You are moving on from this energy. You're moving on from this energy. Whatever this, or you have moved on, or you're feeling the nudge to move on. But whatever this energy is that caused a disruption in your life, just know that the situation happened exactly as it was supposed to. We have your destiny card here. And right now you might be in a state of limbo where you're not truly sure. In the essence of, we have the waiting game here, to where you're not truly sure how to move forward next, but your intuition knows exactly what's right for you. Okay, so whatever this situationship was, or maybe this was a full-on, as I was speaking about in my landscape portal video, maybe this was a decade-long relationship, you know, that you experienced a lot of heartache and loss, and you put a lot of your energy into it. But you know, you were deceived. You were deceived and you were lied to. Let's see here. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. So though you may have gone through this difficult period with this person, this relationship, just know that good things are on the horizon. You have the victory and success card here. Passion ignited. So maybe even while you were experiencing this pain, you were still pouring into, you know, some people, like artists and different things, when they go through things, they channel that energy into, you know, art, music. So I'm not sure if you've been channeling your energy with your passion ignited here. You definitely have some passions, and maybe they're hobbies. I'm not quite sure. Maybe it's you know, you're an entrepreneur. You've been pouring your energy into your business. But let's see. Prosperity lies ahead. Ooh. Nothing will come of this situation. Nothing will come of this situation. So nothing will come of this situation, along with the moving on card. Again, whatever this relationship where it has thrown you out of balance, it's time to release that and move forward. Like, if you've overextended yourself in the relationship and you've seen time and time again that this person is not going to treat you the way that you need and deserve to be treated, it's time to move on, okay? Show the world the real you. Maybe within this dynamic, you lost yourself. You know, put all your energy into them. You know, wasted a lot of your energy, you know, trying to figure out how to make them have the best life. Or whatever the case is here, you lost yourself. You need to show the world the real you, okay? You're moving on into new relationships with people. You need to be yourself, because when you are your true self, right? Not only are you going to attract people that actually vibe with who you are, you know, but you're going to feel amazing. You know, when we are actually able to be who we are without feeling like we have to put a mask on for someone, that's when we shine our greatest and our brightest. So, yes. Let me see what we have here. You're overlooking some important details, so pay closer attention to what's going on. And these are your animal spirit cards. This first one, indulge in your creative, imaginative, and magical side, is the unicorn. And you're over here indulging in your magical side if you're watching this reading right now. The cheetah, get clear on your intentions, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. Okay. Then we have relationships, which is exactly right on point. Relationships, intimacy, freedom, acceptance, trust. Maybe your trust was broken. I mean, clearly your trust was broken, because that's why this is not working out the way it's supposed to. But with the Harmony card here, and the prosperity lies ahead, just know that you have amazing relationships, friendships on the way. People that are going to treat you exactly the way that you're supposed to be treated. Then we have presence and the heart chakra. So we have the heart chakra here in the base chakra. Two things that you should put your energy towards to make yourself feel better within this dynamic. Obviously, the base chakra is coming through because your survival, this relationship, 9 times out of 10 had a feeling of a bit of feeling of security, and now things are up in the air, and you don't really know which way you're gonna move. So, and with the presence card, be present through all this. Be present through your emotions. You know, some of us try to escape our emotions by, you know, watching things, playing games, you know, doing things to avoid the pain, to avoid the feelings. But if you feel through that, that's how you heal. And that makes it much easier for you to receive new energies that are coming into you. You have to heal yourself first. That's first and foremost. That's like, you know, there are a lot of people that, like, they say the best way to get, what's the saying? The best way to get over somebody is by getting underneath someone else. That's not what we're doing here. That's not the energy that we want to put out. That's exactly how people remain in toxic cycles. If you're one of those person that gets out of a relationship, gets right back into one, gets out of a relationship, gets right back into one, gets out of, I'm hurting, oh, I need someone, and then you get right back into one, that is a very, very toxic cycle. So if you see that that's something that you do, you need to break that. You need to heal yourself. You need to take time for yourself so you can heal through the pain. Have friendships, but don't get involved with someone until you're fully healed. That's when you hear about people with rebounds, and they say, like, oh, rebounds never work. I don't know, but it makes sense, because if you're in a painful, if you're coming out of a painful situation, and then you get into a relationship with someone else right out the jump, you still haven't healed from all the things or whatever that occurred through this situationship. So, and then you bring that into your new relationship, and then that causes, you know, it's just not fair. It's honestly not fair to the new person, you know. So again, be friends with people. Work on yourself. Heal yourself first and foremost. And literally, you work on yourself. You pour into yourself. Everyone that's meant for you is going to come. They're going to come to you. I mean, obviously, that's honestly how it works. But you have to pour into yourself. You have to uplift yourself. And the universe responds with bringing the right type of people. But you also need to practice discernment. I believe that one of the cards here, yes, not sure which one, but maybe not. Maybe that's just a message that came through. But you need to practice discernment with, when you do decide to get into new relationships, you do need to practice discernment so that you don't end up in the same situation, right? So don't ignore the red flags. That's a big, huge thing, because there are manipulative people in this world, and some will play games with you. So it's like, and the thing is that there are many red flags that we see that we choose to ignore. We literally choose to ignore it. So don't. Pay attention to when you're ready and you've healed. Pay attention to everything, you know? Now I have 2 cards from the Isis Oracle deck, and I think it's so appropriate with this Lionsgate portal energy. Okay, we have the Temple of Carnelian. It is time to trust in your own boldness and courage, taking risks that feel true to your heart and engaging in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive, embodied in more of yourself. Even if not always comfortable, are going to help you live the life you were born to live. Yeah, that part. You know, a lot of people stay in their comfort zones, and sometimes those comfort zones are toxic relationships that we know we're not supposed to be in. If you're in a situation that's making you, feel less than, and you've seen a pattern of that, that's not what life is about. There's billions of people on the planet. So if you see that, so don't get me wrong, if you have experienced heartache and loss, and this person has lied to you, but you decide to stay in this relationship, Are they willing to change? Are they willing to work on themselves? If they are, you got, then that. But if it's the same cycle of toxicity, then you have to decide when you're, I mean, you got to decide when you're done, you know, when you're done. Then we have stay true and be in your power. You are a sovereign divine being with a spiritual authority and freedom within. You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as you choose. This is your divine birthright. Guard it as precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being, free to be you. And with this newfound freedom, you know, you can truly, some people, again, they lose themselves when they're in relationships. So maybe that was you, and here's your time to truly, really understand, figure out, work through who you are. What do you truly love? What are your passions? What gets you excited? You know, sometimes relationships can be controlling. We can sometimes relationship dynamics, especially in toxic ones, there can be a sense of control to where you don't feel free to be who you are. So this is your message. This is your message for this new moon in Leo, for the Lionsgate portal energy. Release the old toxic relationships so that you can make room for the new beautiful ones. You deserve it and you're worth it. Thank you. Please like and subscribe, and stick around if you resonated with any other piles. If not, I will see you later. Catch you on the next one. Alrighty. We're gonna get right into pile number 2. Pile number 2. What energy do we have for you? Our pile number 2. Pile number 2. All right. We have the Citrine. And your first card was follow your dreams. Follow your dreams. Your next card, eat healthy food. You've been over there eating stuff that you know is not good for you. Let's get into it. All right, we have, let's see what we have here. Sacrifice. Okay. Obstacles and challenges. From foundation. Okay, so y'all are putting in the work so that you can build the life that you want, the life that you are deserving of. Y'all are putting in this work. I see. Wisdom. And you're smart. You're putting in work and you're smart. You've learned some life lessons and you're applying them. Solitude. And you're staying to yourself while you work on whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you're building up, so that you can build this firm foundation for yourself. The sacrifice and the solitude card. Yeah. Material harvest. Okay? That work that y'all putting in, that time you may have been thinking, dang, you know, I should be doing this, I should be doing hanging out here, do whatever the case is, but this solitude is for your highest good. You literally are building the life of your dreams, and it's beautiful. Fulfillment of wishes. Y'all been putting in work. Patience. But maybe you're having a little trouble. Maybe you're being a little impatient. You're wanting things to come faster than the divine timing. But understand that all this work that you're putting in, the obstacles and challenges that you've been going through, the sacrifices that you've been making, is all worth it. Okay, the universe is recognition and reward. Triumphant success. Fertility. Okay, fertility. This card comes up because you have not just pregnancy, but like what ideas you're birthing. You have go-getter attitude, energy, spirit, and you've been putting in the work to make your life exactly what you want it to be, and that's beautiful. And we have the physical health card. So as you've been putting in this work, because the health card has come up twice, as you've been putting this work in, maybe you've been so busy, and so that's been causing you to eat fast foods and things that aren't bad for you, quick meals that are not good for you. I say this to say, eat better, like be mindful of the things you eat. Food is energy. And when we feed ourselves like good food, we live longer. Like, that's just proven fact. So, sometimes maybe don't go the fast route, go the health route. Then we have home, because y'all are trying to build this beautiful, happy home for yourselves, and visualization. Visualization. So there may be more things that you're calling in that you want to see, that maybe this patience card is here because there are more things that you're trying to bring to fruition, and they're possibly not happening as quick as you would like. But if you do some visualizations on them, I don't know if you know about visualizations, but imagine in your mind's eye where you want to see yourself, what you're trying to obtain. Imagine that you've already obtained it, that's already yours, and feel within your body as if that feeling that you'll feel once you've obtained it. And call it in. Call it in. You're clearly already manifesting. You're already manifesting your dreams. So that's just one more thing. So just call it in. Camel. These are your animal spirit cards. We have the camel here. And the camel says, trust that you have the resources to get you through the challenges, before you. Then we have the ladybug. This is a time of good fortune and abundance, so be willing to receive all the good things in your life. Then we have the platypus. Stop complaining and focus your attention on the blessings in your life. So, stop complaining. Here with this patience card, I don't know if you're one of those, like, even with everything amazing happening, you still find something to, man, well, this isn't happening fast enough. Well, that's not, you should definitely be mindful of that energy. You're very close to achieving your goal. The energy is gaining momentum. Believe in the impossible. Yo, this is beautiful. I'm loving the work that y'all been putting in. Then we have two cards from our Isis Oracle deck, which again is appropriate because of the Lionsgate portal. If you don't know, go watch the video. Divine sisterhood, letting the divine feminine nourish you now into new relationships, collaborations, community, and friendships is very wise. There are many souls with whom you have a spiritual contract decided upon before you were born who wish to help you, and whom you can help too, as you grow together in peace and light and wisdom. Okay, so whether you're a man or a woman, like, let the friendships happen, let the friendships flow, okay? New collaborations, maybe you needed some help with whatever you're building over here. Maybe you collaborate with someone else. Then, collaboration, working with people, that's really how we level up. Like, they teach people, we're all taught like so many different things as we're growing up, but some of us can grow up feeling like, we have to do it all by ourselves. But that's not the energy. The energy is we're better together. Okay. The key of life. The Ankh portends new life being born through you now. This new life being born in whatever form will enrich your life, bringing you more into wholeness and fulfillment. Do not give up on your creative destiny. Stay with it. You are flowing in the right direction, and you have spiritual support from the unseen worlds. Let it happen. Let it happen for you, you guys. Let it happen. The only, like I said, what's coming through is maybe you're complaining about things instead of just embracing the beautiful, abundant life that you're building, okay? Obstacles and challenges they're gonna come up. They come up. You have to just work through them, and the best way to do that is from a peaceful space. We all know. Maybe you don't. Not now, stress can lead to disease. So if you're stressing out, you need to figure out how to alleviate that stress. You need to figure out how to, You know, maybe you need to meditate it out. You know, if you're not, you definitely need to, because we don't want to block any of your abundance. We don't want to block any abundance. So I'm loving this reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Stick around if you resonated with Pile 3. If not, see you on the next one. Alrighty, Pile 3. Pile 3, Palo Santo. Let's get into your energy. Let's get into it. What do we have? So your first card was Choose to Heal. Then we have Change Direction. Suffering in Silence. Y'all are going through it. Y'all are going through it. Patience and Planning. Trapped in Fear. Wow. Balance. Yeah, so your energy is definitely out of balance. You're definitely, you know, emotional withdrawal. Y'all are going through it. Y'all are going through it. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. Shadow. That's it. That's it. When we work on our shadow selves, you're working through it. You're working through it. And honestly, that is, you might think like, damn, I'm really going through it right now. But honestly, as we move through these emotions, it's for our highest good. So, but it's all depending on how you move through the emotions. And if you're staying in a trapped in fear, if you're staying in a depressive state, right? Because, yeah, if there is something that you noticed, whatever, let me just pull a couple more cards. Light. Transformation. That part right there. The global transformation that we're all going through right now. Lionsgate portal. So y'all are really experiencing this energy that's conflict and defeat. That's pushing you to be your highest self. But sometimes that process is not an easy one. Hope. But there's light at the end of the tunnel, okay? You have to have hope, okay, that whatever you're going through is going to be okay, and that we're supposed to go through emotions so that we can heal through them, so that we can, again, become the best. Prosperity begins, right? So you're going through this, but just know that you're going to come out of this triumphant. You're going to come out of this triumphant. Stand your ground. Okay? So with the Stand Your Ground here card, this really comes through as setting boundaries. So if there's anywhere in your life like that's causing you this disruption, if it's coming from an individual, if an individual is the reason why you're feeling you're suffering in silence, and you're feeling these, you know, the emotional withdrawal, and you're going through all the feels, it's probably because you haven't set proper boundaries. Or maybe you did set those boundaries and they broke them. So you still, even if they broke those boundaries, you still need to stand your ground. And standing your ground might mean if you see no effort and change, then that the standing your ground might mean removing yourself from the situation. Passion. You're very passionate about whatever this situation is, whatever, you know, if you're experiencing this emotional withdrawal because of a person, you're extremely passionate about this person. Creativity. So with the creativity card, maybe like, though you've been trapped in fear, though you've been going through it, you've still been pouring your energy into your creative nature. A lot of artists and, you know, musicians, they'll pour their hearts into, you know, things when they're going through it. And by pour their heart, I mean like they transmute the energy of what they're going through by putting it into art form. Grounding, that's exactly what you're, this energy, you definitely need to ground, you need to meditate, because this transformation, again, is not easy, and it's clearly got you completely out of balance. So to get back into balance, you need to transmute the energy. And have you gotten a good cry out? Like, have you cried this out? Because that's one amazing way to heal through toxic energy. There's multiple ways. I myself, when I experience stressful, energy that like kind of sits with me that I can't shake, I like to dance to like move my body, and it helps. So even if you're not a dancer, just literally moving your body, put on some music that you love, and just move your body however your body feels called to move, and just shake that energy out. Actually, another thing, I just started skating. I started skating again. I used to skate when I was younger, to go to the skating ring and there'd be cool little skate parties. But I just started skating again, and just moving around, that feels so amazing. So maybe you need to meditate. Well, definitely need to meditate. If you don't meditate, you definitely need to look up some YouTube videos for healing meditations, and start there. And it really helps with the process. Emotional balance. That's what you're calling in, because you're out of balance right now. Forgiveness. Ooh, this right here. Forgiveness. Emotions, because y'all are going through it. Gut instincts. And we have the inner child. Communication. So, your gut instincts, whatever those have been telling you about this situation, is probably, what's got you feeling, all this suffering, because you already know what's up. But sometimes we'll stay in things even though we know what's up, but we'll stay there either because we're comfortable, or we have a fantasy in our head of what we would like for the outcome to be. We've created this fantasy, and that's not what it is. You need to pay attention to your gut instincts. You need to pay attention to the actual facts of the situation and move from there. And forgiveness, this is so important, right? Because if this energy, whether it's for yourself or whether it's for someone else, the energy of forgiveness is ultimately for you. Because when you harbor anger within your heart, when you think of someone and it infuriates you, makes you angry, that is literally only affecting you. That is literally only stress within your body, within your energetic field, that could possibly lead to all kinds of things down the line. So it's important for us to forgive, again, ourselves. You forgive yourself because you may have ignored red flags. You may have seen signs that this isn't right for you, but you chose to ignore them. And that's on you, and that's where the forgiveness comes in, because you have to understand that we're all learning beings, and maybe at that time you weren't ready, but now that you can see things for what they are, you need to accept them as they are, forgive, and bring in the love for yourself. Because a lot of us, when we don't have love for ourselves, when we don't have that self-worth, we will also end up in situations that are very, very toxic. Okay, and then maybe this energy that you're feeling, the conflict and the defeat, all this energy that you're feeling is quite possibly because you have extended yourself more than you should have. Communication. Communicate the things that you're feeling. Communicate them. Maybe you're not sharing this with who you need to be sharing it with. But you need to definitely activate that throat chakra, even if, because with this suffering in silence, like, there's no need for you to suffer in silence. When when you set boundaries and you say exactly what you need to say, then the suffering in silence goes away. Literally, the suffering in silence happens is when you're not communicating how you feel, and things are just happening, and you feel like you can't do anything about it, but you can. You can choose to remove yourself if things are not going to be what is best for you, or you can communicate, and whoever is on the other end of that can do what they need to do to help you. So either way, communicating the problem and actually saying exactly what it is that you're going through. Maybe you don't know that yet, and that's exactly why you need to meditate on it and really figure out what it is that you need to express, and express it from a peaceful place. That is it. That is key. Being peaceful when you express yourself. Okay, now we have some. Here we go. It's time to release negativity. Meditate and contemplate. Messages coming through. Bring love into the situation. It's time to release this suffering, this fear, the defeat that you're feeling. It's time to release that. But you first have to, like with the shadow card, you first have to get in touch with what's going on in your subconscious. And you do that through meditating and contemplating. So use this time that you've been, in your feelings to really get in touch with what it is you're feeling and how you would be best supported through this, and what would make you your happiest being. Just look at okay, what would make me my most happiest in this situation or out of this situation? Then we have our inner child here. Inner child, because there are a lot of things that we experienced as children, a lot of things that we experienced from the way that we were parented and the experiences that we had that we carry on into our relationships. And you really need to get in touch with that inner child, that playful spirit before the world, sometimes, the world will harden us, sometimes, playfulness, lightheartedness, innocence, wonder. Get in touch with that playful spirit, because do things that bring you happiness and joy. Because honestly, if you don't pull yourself out of these emotions, it can definitely, continue on. And that's not what we want for you. We're not trying to be in a depressive state over the energy. We're trying to move forward in the best possible way. This patience and planning card. Prosperity begins. So do the work, do this shadow work, and just know prosperity is on the way. We have the light and the hope card here as well. And the change of direction card. Changing direction. So this energy you've been experiencing, we're going to flip that around so that we can move through this earth, so that we can bring the prosperity, so that we can live our best lives. Your animal spirit cards. We have the rattlesnake here. The experiences that you're presently going through are an initiation into fulfilling your purpose as a healer. So whatever experience has got you feeling low, just know that you went through it, right? You went through it, and once you come to the other side of it, you'll be able to help other people that are going through it. That's how it works, literally. That's how it works. And then we have the seagull here. Now is the time for deep emotional healing. Then we have the condor. You're too enmeshed in the situation, so step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking action. Ooh. Get a little, okay, there we go. You're in your feels right now. Sometimes when people are in their feels, they do not make the most sound, rash decisions. Sometimes, if you're mad or you're whatever, you can make a decision that is not good for you or the people involved. If you're not thinking as you would, just from a place of peace, not from a place of anger, make the decision. Like any decisions, nothing should be made like immediately with this type of energy. Like sit on it, meditate on it first. Then we have the walrus here, the walrus. Remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention to the signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. Then we have the polar bear. Stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to the outcome. That's exactly what I was saying with this communication card. You need to speak your truth, okay? Because this suffering in silence is no bueno, all right? Because when you don't speak your truth, again, and I'm just going to reiterate it, that's what causes that suffering in silence. When you speak your truth, no matter the outcome, like, you have to know that regardless, like, you're already in your feels, you're already feeling some type of way. So how more bad can it get from you speaking your truth, right? Then we have the tortoise. You're too fragmented, so do whatever it takes to get grounded. Your emotions are all over the place right now, honey. And that's exactly why you're going to do some meditations so that you can work through this energy. For me, there have been times where I meditate and I just start crying. I mean, bawling, crying, you know? And that's exactly what we want for you. That's exactly what we want for you. We want you to release that energy. Crying releases toxicity. It releases the negative energy. It helps to restore our emotional balance. You have to heal through this energy. It's a must. So that you can bring in the prosperity. You can be vibrating on the frequency that's going to bring this prosperity into your life. Then we have humpback whale. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. So true. How many of y'all going through it and then you put on, music that literally makes you cry and you just experience those emotions again and again. The next song plays and you're in your feelings. Music can definitely affect our mood, how we feel about things. So put on those songs that's gonna make you cry it out, and or if you're not trying to cry, again with the like I was telling you how I like to dance through the energy, move the energy. That might be what you put on some music that makes you want to move your body, move that energy. And then I have two cards here for my Isis Oracle deck, which again I feel is so appropriate because of this Lionsgate portal energy. We have the Dark Healing Chamber. The most challenging task is to take courage in both hands and journey within to meet our own dark self and begin the healing task of bringing love, acceptance, and light to it. The sacred purpose of any enemy, within or without, is to push us to venture inwards to seek and heal the darkness within. It's all for your betterment. It's all for your growth. In the essence of everything, like the card just says, everything that you're going through, whether it's inside or outside, is pushing you towards being your best self. So if this energy of suffering and silence you're experiencing this because you're not where you want to be. Your inside, your gut instincts, you're not where you want to be. So if you listen to that, you pay attention to it, and you get clear on what it is that's causing this disharmony, then you can move past that energy and move on to energy that feels good. Then we have the Pyramid of Light, psychic protection. As a being of light, darker energies may at times seek to interfere with your spiritual progress. There is nothing to fear and only more awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is now time for that interference to cease completely through loving divine power. Okay? The universe has got your back. The universe has got your back. You need to have your back. You need to have your back as well, because the universe has it, but the energy that's being called here is to stand up for yourself, speak your truth, communicate how you feel, and things are going to align exactly as they're supposed to. But you have to open up. You have to open up and you have to speak exactly what it is that you need. Okay? And that is y'all's energy reading for this Lionsgate portal energy. Please like and subscribe. Again, if you're still curious about what the Lionsgate portal energy is all about, I'm gonna have the video link below. I really appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. And I will be having lots more pick a card reading, spiritual videos, all things spirituality. So stay tuned, and I will see you on the next one.